day, another dollar. Just like looking at a boat called Here There Be Dragons. Right, so new owner. She's a bit concerned about getting. Oh, just about. She's a bit concerned about the electrical system and stuff. I'll be down there. So, sort of tasked with checking out the 240, making sure the polarity is right, making sure earth continuity is all okay and all those sockets are safe. But also, she's a bit concerned about some stuff in the engine bay. So let's go and have a look. Right, on the surface, normal kind of stuff. An Isuzu engine, very nice Fisher Panda Jenny. Let's see if that works. I can see something straight away, and I'm gonna say something now. Careful what I say, but this boat had a boat safety certificate done on it in April. Let's see how many things I can find wrong with it. Well, whatever. Crocodile clips. Don't know what that's going off to. They're not compliant. Bit more than that, really. That's on a positive. So is this crocodile clip on a positive. Can you see a fuse on those? I can't. So 2 supplies unfused from the battery. That's non-compliant right there, and a potential fire risk. Okay, let's move over. Is there anything else under there? I mean, this looks a bit crappy. There is a fuse there. Don't look very good, but still. This is off to the bow thrust. This is the fuse for the bow thruster and the split relay. I think the build pump's having a bit of a moment. Anything else over there I can see? Oh, what's this big fat one here? Where's that going? That one is going to the other battery. No big deal there. This one, where's that going? No fuse. What's that? Probably about a 35mm cable. No fuse, no fuse, no fuse. Oh, look. No fuse. So that cable is running all the way around there, and there's no fuse on it. Oh, hang on. Let's have another look there. Let's move over a little bit so I can just turn around a bit. Always sat on top of engines, me. Well. What do we have? No fuses, like I say, onto the top of this breaker. Sorry, isolator. And there's a hell of a lot of positives going off the other side. One of which goes through there and through a scabby hole, just drilled in the bulkhead. Yeah, it's got a bit of tape round it, a bit of pipe round it. Pretty rubbish, really. But still all unfused. That one there's going down to the alternator, so not so bad there. This one, these go up to where? Oh look, we have a fuse here hanging about in the loom. So fuses should be mounted or fitted as close as practically possible to the batteries. Not halfway up the loom, not after all these wires have gone up and round and whatever. If anything happens with the cable on that side of the fuse, that cable's going to melt, catch fire, and your boat's going to follow just after it. So that's pretty rubbish. That goes off to the inverter by the look of it. And oh, what's that? Then I need to have a look at that, see what that's doing. But yeah, all these cables disappearing off. They're all up into this bulkhead, not a bulkhead, this wiring loom of some description. None of which are fused, none of them. Absolutely shocking. Anything else? Batteries aren't covered, boat safety failure. And this is an add-on. So they've strapped the battery sort of to the tray. The tray's not fixed in. The battery's got more than 10mm of movement. That's rubbish. So there's a bit of work to be done there to make that compliant. Again, look at this. Another cable here, unfused. Another cable here, unfused. Any of the... Oh, hang on. There's one on the cable up there, look. Well, is that close as practically possible to the battery? I'd have said not. We've got some temporary fuel tanks in here that is going up to this air dispatcher. Oh, and look, they've obviously got some kind of problem with the fuel line, but they've stuck a match in there, look. Oh, I'm not sure if that's a recognised way of capping off a diesel supply line. Answers down below. Okay, so there's quite a lot of work to be done there. Quite a lot of work to be done there. Fusing all over the place needs to be done. Just looking a bit further, what's this red cable doing here? Goes up onto this split charge relay. That also goes over to the batteries. No, does it? Goes over to that fuse and off to the bell thruster. So what that is, that's the bell thruster charging system that comes from the starter battery over here. I don't think that box is fixed down. What do you reckon? Let's have a look under here. That goes up to an isolator up there, back down to the starter battery. Can you see a fuse there? So that cable going across the back here, completely unfused again. Whatever this is, unfused. Yeah, what could possibly go wrong there? That's the cable down to the starter motor. Okay. The hull is grounded to the negative. Okay, and they're joined up through that point there, leisure batteries and starter battery. Whole host of work in there to make that safe. Right now, I don't see that safe at all. And this boat had a boat safety in April. I'd like to know the person that did that, because that is, in all electrical terms, shocking. There's no way that should have passed a boat safety examination. Oh, right into the interior of the boat. So it's a Liverpool boat. It's a 12-volt supply here. Let's pull that out for a little bit. Don't need that out of the way. Just a cigarette adapter. We're connected to shore power. Control for the Fisher Panda. Control for the Eberspatcher. 12 volts. We have quite an old Sterling inverter. So start booster, that's a new one on me. Do not open while generator is running. Okay, so that's obviously something to do with the Fisher Panda generator. We've got 3 positions up here with an off. Generator runs. There's water running in the cooling system, so that's good. So what I need to do is check that we've got the correct earth polarity on all the sockets when it's on shore power, when it's on inverter, and when it's on generator. Okay, that generator seems to stop okay, so that's fine. So we've got a little battery charger in there. It's a little C-Tech battery charger. That might well be the source of the crocodile clips. Again, going through a bulkhead. Washing machine, W machine. Okay, we can work with that. So I found the consumer unit. It's a nice handy spot, that is. Under all these boards here. I don't see an RCD there, do you? MCB, 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 MCB. So not RCBOs. They're just breakers. So there's no RCD. Oh, tell a lie. There's one up there. Okay, so that's fairly cool. So we've got a selector switch that's going to switch between nothing. Don't know which one is. One must be shore power. 2. Two is the inverter, and then 3 must be the generator. Okay, that makes sense. So 12 volt, not too fussed about up there. That looks all pretty much as you'd expect. How did Boat Safety Man calculate the ventilation? Because that's not fluff and dust and crap since April. That's the one in the bedroom. There's the one in the bathroom as well. Yeah, it's partially blocked, that one. So there's a couple of ventilation issues there. Make benefit of the doubt, maybe. Maybe there wasn't fluff there when he did it. Battery isolation switch is marked up there. That one's in full view, so that one's okay. Okay, I'll just go and get my polarity tester just to make sure that the 240 is all hunky-dory. Just going to check all those sockets now. Oh, good job, that's knackered. Old washing machines, even a bolt on the front door. Anyway, I use these. They're not perfect, I know that, but they do give you a very quick result whether your polarity is right and your earth is correct as well and in place. So an easy, quick bit of kit just to test everything. So one thing I haven't found yet is a galvanic isolator. There doesn't seem to be a galvanic isolator on board. So we might have to address that. If you don't know what a galvanic isolator is, there's a previous video on what they do. Essential kit when you're in a marina. Right, let's check some of these sockets. There's one hidden away down here. So 2 green lights. With a solid buzzer, solid green lights is correct, so that's all okay. So they're in there. Any sockets in the kitchen? Oh, there's a bit of a extension lead. Always like to see extension leads on a boat. Doesn't seem to be plugged into anything. In fact, it's not. It's just plugged into itself. They're okay. You only have to test one side of these. You don't need to test both sockets. So I've tested a few more. That's all the sockets that are on. Powered by shore power. So let's swap that over and go to inverter. Right now we're powered up on the inverter only. So I'll do the same thing, a sweep of the boat, all the 240 sockets. That's okay. That's okay. And that's okay. So again, I'll go around, there's a few in the bedroom just to make sure. So we'll turn the inverter off now. Switch over to number 3, which is the generator. Let's power up the Fisher Panda control box. Strangely, we don't have a correct polarity on there. Nothing. Okay, so that's the 240 checked, and that email's just gone over to the customer with things that need to be done. Galvanic isolator is one of them. I also managed to find the remote for the Sterling inverter that's in the kitchen. Well, the control is. Really old inverter though. I mean, it's a modified sine wave, which means it's a square wave, quasi wave. So not great for everything. A bit of an old piece of kit really, but we'll see if she wants to upgrade that or not. The 240 on the shore power's okay. 240 on the inverter's okay. The Fisher Panda generator is giving diddly squat out, so we need to look at that. So I just thought I'd bring you along on this job. Really, it's not work. Well, it is work, but it is looking. You know, when you first look in their engine bay and go, what can I see? And I always see the same thing. Lots of fuses missing, potential for fire all over the place. So I reckon there's probably a dozen fuses that need to be added in there. A bit of rewiring here and there. But stay tuned for that. You know, when it comes to it, then I'll go and I'll get that done for her. And you can tag along and see what the difference is and what I add in and what needs to be done. Okay, so very short video this one, just a check up, just to make sure that everything's okay, which is clearly not. And again, boat safety was only done in April, and for April 22, and now it's August 22. So 4 months. So not a lot of change in 4 months. How did this pass boat safety? I don't know, and I've not really looked, and I'm sure if I looked, I'd find a ton of stuff. So it's subject all on its own, boat safety. I am a qualified boat safety engineer. I just choose not to do it. It's just a minefield. No, you're on your own. The boaters don't like you. The CRT don't like you that much. The boat safety scheme will crap all over you from a great height if you miss anything. And yet I come on boats like this, and there's a whole host of things, and you just think, well, why did I bother? I don't know why. I sunk $6 into that, and I wish I should have saved it. Waste of time. Better off doing what I do. Of course, if boat safety is watching, give me a shout. Maybe things might change. Right now, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. Our boat safety guys command that sort of money and do not even half a job. I mean, this boat is potentially a death trap and a fire waiting to happen. So yeah, anyway, that's enough for me on my soapbox. I've got some solo jobs coming up, so stick around for those. This is, like I say, this is just what can I find when I open a lid up in a boat that I don't know. There you go. Right, see you next time. I hope you got a little bit of something from that. Plenty more vids to come. Check out our Patreon account as well, which is in the description below. I am available for consulting, and if you want electrician on hand to talk to email and remotely, obviously, I'm your man. So come over and join the Patreon crew over the other side. That seems to be building quite nicely, and yeah, I'm here to help you remotely, obviously. But yeah, give me a shout, drop the Patreon links below, come and have a look at that, see what's going on there. In the meantime, we'll see you next time. Bye.